Hello everybody and welcome back to our sixth class of our Celpip course. My name is Marco and today I will continue doing what I was doing in the last class, which is giving feedbacks to your speaking homework. I asked my students to pick any of these speaking materials, to choose any of the tasks and to record themselves, to send those recordings to me. So I compiled and made a pretty nice collection of my students' recordings where you are going to hear some good, some bad examples, the most common mistakes, and I will be giving you tips and tricks on how to improve yourself and how to improve your delivery so it overall looks and sounds nice. Just like in the last class, for this lesson I included a special folder where you are going to find all these audio files which I will be playing today. Some of them are not really in good quality, so maybe if they're too silent or choppy, you can pause the video and listen to them again from this folder. Also, you will find a Word document called Sixth Class, where I put all these tasks that I'm referring to, and all these you will find that all these audio files are named in capital letters, bolded in red color. So you will always know what task that I'm talking about and what audio file am I referring to. Of course, you will find all these mind mappings and strategies and performance standards, so you can always remember what is the most important thing here and what are we doing here? What is the structure and what are the steps that we are going to take while preparing and while practicing these tasks. So with no further ado, I'm going to play the first one. So this is audio file called task 4. Preparation for this is usually 30 seconds and the recording is 90 seconds. So the task goes like this. A friend is going to an office party at her new job. Advise her about ways to start conversations with people she doesn't know. Now, as always, I prepared some notes here, pen and paper, so I can take notes and so I can see what is going on here, if you have a good structure, good tonality, good introduction, and so on and so forth. So let me play the first one. The first one is task 4, task 1.
Hi John, first of all congratulations on your new job. I came to know that you are going for an office party for your new job. That really sounds great. Alright, so there are few suggestions I would like to tell you that how you can conversate there with other people. Probably you don't know everybody over there. My suggestion here is, firstly, try to greet everyone, and always if you find there are senior people, you yourself go up to them and ask them, but try to greet them with a very good smile. Moreover, on top of that, you should also take up the topics which are of their great interest. For example, you can pick up the job experience, like their company, that what exactly this company has been doing for so long, what was their journey of the progress in this company. Probably that will help you to add a lot of value in that. On top of that, if there is a woman, you should have a very great gesture. Being a man, you should greet them very well, should be very soft spoken, and always appreciate their hard work for this company. I think with all this conversation, you will be able to talk to a lot of people, and that will help you in your future also. Goodbye, take care.
Okay, so introduction was nice. The finishing was also pretty nice. The tonality was believable. It has like this kind of when you're given an advice, you try to be like as friendly as possible, of course. However, the one irritating thing was the pauses. When the student speaks, he sometimes makes pauses, which are not too long, but long enough to be irritating. So these pauses are going to be transcribed, and when the examiner writes their review and feedback, they are going to put like pause. So watch out, don't do this. Don't make too long pauses when you speak, right? It's really important. So it needs to have a flow and have some kind of a rhythm. You should find your rhythm as you practice over time. You will definitely get your own sense of how this should work and what your tone should be and how fast you need to speak and so on and so forth. Well, okay, so the student, it took like 26 seconds for the student to do an introduction. But for me personally, maybe it's too long because this is, okay, I understand that this is 90 seconds, 90 seconds long recording. So this task one, it takes you 90 seconds to speak. So I understand that your introduction can be a little bit longer, but 26 seconds is too much. If you take 26 seconds, then you're left with a, what, 64, which is not enough, right? So in the 64 seconds, you can provide like 3 advices. You need to provide 2 or 3 suggestions to help your friend in a situation. So giving advice in a task one, there you will have like 2 long ones or 3 short ones, and you need to dedicate at least 15 seconds for each of those advices. Why? Because you need to give me the reason and elaborate your advice, and then provide me with strong argument or, you know, like strong points. You didn't have that. The student had the first suggestion or first advice was greet everyone with a smile. Okay, I understand this, but why? The student also say moreover on top of that. This particular student, maybe you're going to hear on the other of his recordings, you're going to hear that this student likes to use these connectors twice. Actually, he likes to use 2 different connectors at the same time. That's what I wanted to say. So moreover on top of that, just choose one. You cannot use 2 of those together linked. So you need to say moreover, and then you continue on top of that, and then you continue speaking. So you cannot use just 2 connectors at the same time. Talk about job. If you talk about job, it will get value to that. Value to what? The conversation, right? So you need to be more specific. Greet well, be soft-spoken, and show appreciation to their hard work. Okay, all of those are pretty good advices, pretty reasonable, believable, something that you would probably use in your native language, something that you would say to your friend, and like those are real life advices. However, they are not supported with strong arguments, which you should do. So train yourself to give me a reason. Ask yourself, okay, I give you an advice. You want to lose weight? Drink more water. You cannot just say drink more water, elaborate. Well, you know, I heard that really it helps. I read an article, some researchers say that. So what? You know, you can always say, so what? Well, this will fasten your metabolism, and this will make your metabolism more fast, and you know, in this way you're going to burn more calories or something like that, right? So you need to provide strong arguments always. Always ask yourself like, why should I care? So what? You know, give a good advice, elaborate your advice, and provide some strong points or like arguments. Another thing that wasn't the best here, it was 1 minute and 23 seconds. Now this is not enough. You need to speak like full 90 seconds until it ends. So your last 3 seconds would be okay, bye bye, right? Like, so you don't want to leave more than like 2 seconds by the end. The student had 1 minute 23 seconds, 7 seconds shorter than that the student was supposed to speak. So pay attention to those things. It's really important. Task 4, task 2. So I'm going to play task 4, task 2. Talk about a time when you did something and then you had to do it again. Maybe you can talk about something involving a work, a relationship, or a personal hobby. What happened what happened the first time? Why did you have to do it again? And what happened differently the second time? Sorry, let me remind you that the most important things here are first and the last sentence. Talk about something when you talk about the time when you did something and then you had to do it again. That's what you need to talk about, and you need to provide with some additional information. What happened the first time? Why did you have to do it again? And what happened differently the second time? Right? Getting married, maybe. I don't know. Like I remember I had to get married the first time. It was amazing, but then I said like, hey, this is so good. I should try this again, right? I'm joking, but anyways. Think about something, but also it can be funny too. And as you read like the keys and strategies, as you're going to open the mind mapping that I have here, you're going to find that you can use a little bit of humor here. So think about this. All right. Now, I'm sorry, I'm taking too much time. Let's play task 4, task 2.
One of the best memorable trip of my recent time is when we went to Niagara Falls with our school friends. It became more memorable because we all met each other after a longer period of time. We saw a scenic beauty there in the Niagara Falls, and we also tried the boating experience, which was tremendous. In the evening, we also had a party in the nearby restaurant, and we also had a great dinner that remind us about our school days when we share our food in the school canteen and with a lot of love and enjoyment. And we also pull out some of the friends old stories, and we had a great time with each other. So it was pretty much memorable more because we were feeling nostalgic, and we we tried to get some of the fun things that we done earlier in our school days.
Okay, well, the student didn't really understand the question because I had to check this task over and over. I had to listen to this recording and to compare it because I wasn't sure if I was choosing the right correct file, but I did. And the student obviously didn't understand what the task was about. You need to talk about something you did once and you had to do it again. But the student thought that he just reminiscing about the good times that he had before and talking about the good times with nostalgia that he had before with his school buddies counts as that. Well, it doesn't count. So in terms of task fulfillment, uh, this is not a good exercise, not a good homework. Also, it lasted only 1 minute. So again, some students don't understand that the first task is like 90 seconds long, right? That's why you need to use a stopwatch and you need to pay attention to how much time you have left. But the good thing about this is that the student, okay, the tone wasn't the best, right? The tone was maybe too silent, so you need to work on your delivery. Remember, shoulders back, chin up, smile. It helps your nervous system to feel more comfortable in a situation in your area. We'll talk about some old stories. I liked how the student used the different kind of words for emotions, or like he mentioned his experiences memorable. So you don't want to say it was just nice, it was really beautiful, or it was nostalgic, memorable, right? So I like that he obviously has a pretty nice vocabulary and ability to express himself beautifully. However, he wasn't focused enough, so he missed the whole point of the task. Let's listen to task 4, task 2, part 2, and let's listen how this sounds in a different way.
Today I'm going to share with you something about my experience which I have done in past, and now I'm going to do it again after a few years. This sounds little different, but yes, it has happened. Few years back when I was in job, I was working in Infosys and then as a software engineer, but I decided to quit the company and then started doing my own business, and that was doing the patent and the labels. But I don't know what happened. The moment I entered into the business, at the same time, after few months, I started getting loss in my business, and I was not able to cope it up. Maybe it was a lack of an experience. I was non-serious, and then I had a stretch towards going back to the job. I was not fully dedicating my time to the business, and also my communication skills and my social life and interacting with people, that was not so good. But I decided to quit business and go back to the job. After now doing job for several years, I think I have gained a lot of exposure of how to deal with people, worked on my communications, and I have a better exposure. I have now decided to go back into my business line, and then this time definitely I'm going to hit hard, and probably I will come up strong with my business skills so that I can grow up my business. And this time, yes, again the same business I'm going to work on. Thank you.
Okay, this was almost 1 second too long, but yeah, maybe we are using maybe the student was using the stopwatch, which is pretty good, and the the file is 1 minute 33 seconds. So I guess I guess it's different from the file, his timing. Now, it had a nice intro, but the student need to be more clear. The pronunciation maybe a little bit more louder, maybe, or the student needs to be louder. Or I'm not sure if it's too silent or the student didn't really say what he was doing, what kind of business he's talking about. So you need to be more clear. I don't know. It's like talking about new business. He basically from what I understand, the student said he was working somewhere, he wasn't good at his job, and then he explained the reasons why he wasn't so good at the job. But the most important thing here is a description. Like, what did you have to do again? What happened there? I don't know. I mean, I couldn't hear. I was trying to understand from the context, but the student wasn't clear enough. So you have to pay attention that your pronunciation or tonality needs to be louder, not because it just sounds nicer or appropriate to the task, but also because you want to understand someone, right? When you speak, the important part is you convey an information, right? So the person understands. And in the real life, even though you're sometimes not using the correct grammar, or maybe you're using colloquial language or slang or whatever, as long as you convey information, as long as we understand each other, it's okay. But at this point, I didn't really understand. So you were explaining you had to get back to business life. What business life? What didn't you do so well? It says, talk about a time when you did something and I had to do it again. What happened the first time? You didn't provide a clear description of what happened. Only you said, I was at a new job doing some business, and then I had to do this business again, and eventually I got better, right? Why did you have to do it again, and what happened differently the second time? Okay, maybe why you said you were maybe not mature or not hardworking, maybe lazy. I don't know what happened here, but so I'm not sure what happened here. Business life got better, a job. Yeah, I have a lot of questions here, but overall, just speak a little bit louder and less pauses. Make less pauses, all right? Let's move forward. So this was task 4, task 2, part 2. Now let's move to task 4, task 3. Now you're going to see the picture. There's like air inside of an airplane. People are boarded already, as far as I can see, because obviously I thought at first, just like most of my students, when I looked at this picture, I thought, yeah, they were boarding in the airplane, but they're already boarded long time ago, and the plane flew, and plane is in the air already, like long enough that you can see the flight attendant, sharing drinks and giving out drinks and stuff. So yeah, even though there's one passenger putting this bag in the picture in his luggage compartment above his head. So he's trying to put his luggage, like a handbag, into a cabinet. You might think that they are just boarded, but they're not. They are flying 15 minutes already, trust me, I know. Anyways, task 4, task 3. Let's see how the student described what is happening here.
Anticipating further, I believe that there is going to be...
That's task 4, no, sorry. Task 4, task 3, yeah.
The picture in front of me describes an airplane with a lot of passengers. In the foreground, I can see that there is an air hostess who has the tray of all the drinks, and she's serving to all the passengers going through the middle of the plane. In the background, I can see there's a couple who are exchanging a suitcase, and they're trying to just take their own position. On the right side of the plane, I could see all the passengers are seating except the front one, who there is a couple in the front who is irritated just because of their baby. On the left side, I could see there are a couple of guys who are friends, and they are just exchanging the headphones. Again, on the right side, I can see there is in the middle right, I can see a man who is putting his bag on the top cabin of an airplane. Overall, and also I just realized that there is a rain which is happening outside because the windows are a little wet. So this describes me a little idea that what this plane is.
Okay, that was 1 minute 10 seconds. 1 minute 10 seconds too long. The introduction was pretty nice, I can say, and even though this particular student sometimes make very short pauses when he speaks. So I spoke to the same student, and the student told me that he was thinking about what he's going to say. That's why I need to have structure in these mind mappings and key skills and strategies. When you open up, you're going to see how you can prepare yourself. Preparation needs to work for you in a way that once you know how you're going to start and how you're going to end, in this particular situation, what I see, the scene in front of me is like, what I see in front of the picture in, just a second, sorry. In the picture in front of me, I can see the scene of something, right? And you can always add, and those are the main features of this picture. So now you have enough time to develop what you're seeing here. So once you have the structure, you know how to speak and you know which points you can, what are the most important features, and also you can be within the time limit. This student wasn't. He was like 10 seconds longer. He mentioned couple in the back, all are seating. You can say instead of like, he mentioned that everybody was seated. So you want to mention that in the end, if you have time. So you mentioned only the most important things. The guy spilling the drink, the woman with a crying baby, flight attendant passing drinks, the guy putting like headphones on his, friend that is sitting next to him, grandma, the guy putting the luggage. And I think those are the most important people here. And the rest are seated. So you mentioned that only, like, you don't have to mention everything that is happening here. I wouldn't probably mention the old lady in the back. Maybe she's not old. Maybe it's a guy with a purple sweater. I don't know. The guy mentioned that you don't have to mention that. For example, just the most important things if you have time. So again, the student used nice prepositions, made some pauses because he wasn't sure what to say, but as you practice more and more, and as you have your structure, you will have less pauses, and so you will have like a really fluid. You will be fluid. You will have a nice flow, a nice rhythm and intonation. This student had a nice intonation. He said all are seating, all are seated, right? So grammar, watch out. Man, bag, cabin. He mentioned rain outside. I wouldn't say it's raining because it seems like it's raining because there are some there are some like lines over the window, but it doesn't mean it's raining. If you know that maybe they are, the clouds are not on like 5,000 or 10,000 meters above the ground, so you're not going to see a lot of clouds there, and definitely not rain. So, as you know, the clouds are on very lower altitudes. So, but yeah, this is just don't get me wrong. I'm just going to like trying to find a needle in a haystack. This is not important. I wouldn't count that as like a horrible mistake or a mistake whatsoever. Now, that was task 4, task 2. Let's listen to prediction. Task 4 for the same one. What is going to happen next in this picture? Let's listen.
Anticipating further, I believe that there is going to be a turbulence in this plane, which is actually going to shake everything. Being the weather is not so good, I can see the rain coming and the windows are wet. And after the turbulence, what I'm expecting is like the person who is standing on the light, he may just fall down and his bag as well. Moreover, the air hostess, she will get all the drinks scattered, and the person who is actually who is just exchanging the headphones, he also may get a little scared. Everybody will get a little scared. Moreover, on top of that, at the end, in the background, the two guys a couple who is standing, they may fall down on their seats after the turbulence. Overall, at the end, I believe everybody will put on their seat belts. That's all what it describes the scene.
Okay, good introduction. A pretty silent wrap up. You need to be more, when you're finishing, you also need to be more coherent. You need to pronounce it loudly so it's understandable enough. I knew what you said, but you need to speak a little bit more, you know, a little bit more louder. You cannot just finish like this. You know, you cannot finish like this. You have to finish like this. You cannot just finish like this. Okay? So, sorry. Anticipating further. You cannot just say anticipating further. Anticipating what is going to happen next in the picture is that blah, 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 blah. What is going to happen next is that you can also say this. It's very simple. You cannot just say anticipating further. You mentioned turbulence, which kind of makes sense why you mentioned the rain and the window. So it's okay. Because as I mentioned, when you're describing main features in the task 3, you have to mention those features that probably you will use in the task 4 when you're making predictions. So this one made a lot of sense, yeah? Man falls with a bag. The flight attendant spilling the flight attendants. She's going to spill the drinks. People are going to be so much afraid. And he said, moreover, on top of that, again, it's the same student that is using these connectors, two connectors at the same time. You just choose one, and overall, at the end, overall, I don't know. I also wouldn't put those two together. Just choose one of those, yeah. But the good thing is that the student used less pauses, and it was perfectly within the time limit. So it was just 1 minute and actually exactly 58 seconds, which is tolerable. Only 2 seconds left. That's fine. Yeah. So that was good. Let's move forward to next. So next file is task 4, task 5. So in task 5, as you know, you are going to basically in task 5 you're going to give your idea. You're going to have, this is comparing and persuading, right? So let's hear how it looks like. Your friend recently got a new job and wants to look more professional. He has asked you to help him choose a new pair of glasses. You find 2 suitable options using the pictures and information below. Choose the option that you prefer. In the next section, you will need to persuade your friend that your choice is a better choice. If you do not choose an option, the computer will choose one for you. You do not need to speak for this part. In this picture, we're going to see 2 pairs of glasses. One is simple and elegant lines and so on and so forth. The other one is lightweight and so on. So let's listen to task 4, task 5. This one has 60 seconds or even like 2 minutes of preparation, right? But you only need to speak for 60 seconds. Task 4, task 5 audio file. Let's listen to it.
Hi David, congratulations on your new job. Okay, so you are looking for a pair of glasses. Alright, so I can help you out in that. Basically there are 2 suitable options which I found. The first one is, it's a lightweight and it's a half frame design, and it comes in black as well as in the blue color. According to me, this will be best for you as a professional look. And on top of that, the best thing over in this half frame design is that it offers a discount coupon for a friend. On the other side, there is another choice which is simple and elegant. It also comes in the black and the silver, but it is a full frame design. It also has a free cleaning when it is needed, but in my opinion, if I have to suggest you, you should go for the lightweight and the half frame design, because it will give you a professional look when you wear the actual official uniform or the dress while going to office. So this puts a lot of good impression.
I'm not sure if the student mentioned all these stats separately or compare them. I wasn't sure 100%, but this is what you're supposed to do. Let me listen to this one more time. So.
Hi David, congratulations on your new job. Okay, so you are looking for a pair of glasses. Alright, so I can help you out in that. Basically there are 2 suitable options which I found. The first one is, it's a lightweight and it's a half frame design, and it comes in black as well as in the blue color. According to me, this will be best for you as a professional look. And on top of that, the best thing over in this half frame design is that it offers a discount coupon for a friend. On on the other side, there is another choice which is
Yeah.
simple and
The student mentioned this separately, right? So when you're comparing these two options, you need to compare like a little bit of first one, a little bit of second one. You cannot just say it's lightweight, comes in black and blue, half frame design, offers a discount coupon for a friend, right? You need to compare this. Well, I know that your one is a simple and it has elegant lines, but I believe it would be much suitable for you because the lightweight frame would be much suitable for you. So since I don't know you're a lawyer or I don't know, it's gonna make you look more professional and more elegant and slick. So it will give I don't know. You're gonna look better basically. But you need to compare them. You cannot just say this one has this, and this, and the other one has this, and this, and this, and that's why mine is better. So you need to compare them, develop a story a little bit. It is believable, it is understandable. I really like your intro here. The intro worked really fine to me because I think this is how you should begin. Even though it wasn't like really, I don't know, it started like this, just a second. So,
hi David, congratulations on your new job.
So, hi David, congratulations on your new job. And now I started sweating because I know that this student uses a lot of pauses.
Okay, so you are looking for a pair of glasses.
Okay, so you're looking for a pair of glasses. I like this because it's believable. This is not usually how it's done, but I like this freestyle. It's believable, it's understandable. This sounds like a phone conversation that I had with someone or that I could have, I would have with someone. Exactly like this. So I like this. In terms of believability and tone and everything, it was nice. Just watch. Don't make too long pauses, right? Because you don't want the examiners to point them out in their transcription. Well, yeah, you didn't compare. You compared the options separately, and you said something. Yeah, according to me, I think you said something. According to me, just let's listen one more time.
All right, so I can help you out in that. Basically, there are two suitable options which I found. The first one is it's a lightweight and it's a half frame design and it comes in black as well as in the blue color. According to me, this will be best for you.
According to me, this will be best for you. Well, I mean, that's not good. Like, according to me, this is best. How? What do you mean by that? So maybe clumsy phrasing. Maybe you want to use something like, according to the most, like I don't know, the fashion magazine of 2022 summer. I don't know how do they call it? Spring summer 2022 or 2023. This is going to be like the boom, or I don't know. You need to provide a better, like according to my friends who are using the same frame, they say it's the best, something like that. So maybe that was a little bit itchy, but listen, it was this one was, I'm not sure, yeah, 1 minute 4 seconds too long. Yeah, so you need to watch out about that. Again, you need to be within the time frame. Let's take a look at test 4, task 6 now. You have known your close friend Lisa since childhood, and this is like this one is about taking one of two really bad choices. So at task 6, it's usually where you need to deal with a difficult situation. Of course, you need to speak more apologetic. You've known your close friend Lisa since childhood. She's getting married and has invited you to her wedding. Unfortunately, her wedding is right before two of your most difficult final exams, right? So either tell your wife that she's fat or tell your, tell your mother-in-law that she's stupid. I don't know. Choose one of those two. Good luck. Well, you should be able to choose either and to develop. When you practice, choose one and give your arguments and develop your ideas for first difficult choice and then try to practice the other difficult choice too. So either explain to your friend why you cannot be at her wedding or explain to professors why you would like to reschedule your exams. So let's listen to task 4, task 6.
Hi Lisa, I hope you are doing well and things are going fine at your side. First of all, congratulations for your marriage. But unfortunately, I have to tell you that I cannot attend your marriage. And the reason behind that is the day on which your marriage is, it is just before the final examinations of mine. there are two most difficult final examinations. One is of physics and the other one is of mathematics. So they are on two consecutive days, and just before that is the date of your marriage, which is really difficult for me to come up. I know we are childhood friends. I really admire you. You are one of my best friends. But unfortunately, I cannot take out time to go there because I will have to compromise on my exams if I come to your marriage. I hope you understand my concern and have a happy marriage and married life. Thank you for understanding me.
2 seconds too long, even though the file is 1 minute 4 seconds. I was paying attention to how long was it, how long did the student speak. Yeah, this was 2 seconds too long, watch out. Okay, so you had nice introduction, but it can be better. Definitely, you need to make it sound nicer, rephrase it a little bit. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was you had too many pauses because you weren't sure what you were talking. Maybe it's the lack of confidence. Maybe, of course, usually most students don't know what to say. So this is a practice. I don't want to be hard on the student, but then again, like you have enough time to sit down, to prepare, to record yourself, then re-record, edit, make a first draft, second, third, 50th draft, and then record again until you get to like the perfect time frame. The tonality was pretty nice, but you need to be more apologetic. Listen, I'm so sorry. Like when I'm apologizing to someone, I know this is a big mistake, but listen, I have to do this or I have to do that and blah, blah, blah. You have to understand my situation. I understand that you're having a marriage. This is the best day of your life, but you have to understand me. The exam that I was preparing for so long, like I cannot be, I don't know what to do really, but I have to take the exam because I was preparing. I failed that a couple of times. If I don't do it now, that's, it's like you need to be more believable in this point. You don't have to be a professional actor, by the way, which I had courses for, but you don't have to overact it like I just did. But then again, just be more believable. Your explanation was too long, and it was too long because the student didn't understand that you need to provide some kind of solution for this problem. One thing is like, first of all, you should avoid just apologizing straightforward. You need to show some empathy. Listen, I'm sorry. I understand your situation, right? So you need to show. You cannot just go like, bam, I can't do that, but sorry, right? Again, so you provide a little bit of empathy, understanding for the person's situation in this specific task, and then you go and then you explain why you cannot do whatever you need to do to that person. Why you cannot come to the wedding. And then you need to provide a solution. I'm going to send you a gift. I'm going to send my mom. I'm going to send my youngest sister that I love so much. I'm going to send my daughter to your wedding, but I just cannot. Yeah. To the wedding, sorry. My cat is here. It's moving around, so it confused me. I cannot come to the wedding. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to do anything to make this better, right? So you don't get mad at me. So in terms of believability, of course, you don't have to overact. The student didn't pay attention. It was 2 seconds too long. That's bad. And also when it comes to explanation, of course, was too long and clumsy because the student forgot that he needs to provide some sort of solution for this. All right. That was speaking test 4. Task 6. Now let's take a look at task 4, task 7. Sorry, something with my throat today. Anyways, here's a question. Do you think the government should remove public artworks if some people think they're offensive? Explain your reasons. Now this one is, as I mentioned, pretty similar. Task 7 in the speaking test is similar to task 2 of the writing test. So, do you think the government should remove public artworks if some people think they're offensive? Let's listen to task 4, task 7 audio file.
In my opinion, the government should not remove public artwork. It may it may be a little offensive for some of the people who think differently, but I believe this public artwork is really going to defines the vision of the people. For example, there are some of the new industries which are developing and public, and the government is advertising that on the big artwork. It is going to give them the vision that they are getting some new jobs and the employment in their city. Moreover, you can see that they must be having another artwork like new malls and infrastructure is getting built up in their city, which is going to give an opportunity to the residents of the city that they can go and shop and they can spend their time with their family. Also, on top of that, the city growth and the economy also is dependent on these kind of infrastructures. So I believe this public artwork is really going to help and increase or boost the level of the economy of that city.
Okay, so at this point, the student provided some really good arguments. It's going to help the workforce. It's going to employ a lot of people. I like the introduction, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, I think this would happen or stuff like that. You can always start with that was a big debate recently or whatever. There are many ways. There's no like a specific. There's not like a specific way that you can do this. Like, and you can start task 7, right? Just like you have in a task 2 of the writing part. So you need to develop your own, right? Of course, depending of what task asks you to do and how the exercise looks like. But then again, you can be creative and try to figure out what should your entry be in this test. Moreover, on top of that, the student specifically like corrected himself, which is moreover. So that was good. You can always correct yourself in the middle of the sentence. The residents, on top of that, okay, so I like that the student is using different kind of connectors here and prepositions. You should try to play with them as much as you can to put them so they sound normal. The student is probably overusing moreover and on top of that at this point. So maybe it's kind of, now it's stale. Let's change that. Let's try to use the other ones, right? The economy can get better. So overall, I like maybe you had enough time to provide another reason with elaboration and argument. What I didn't like at this point is that students spoke only 1 minute and 10 seconds. You need to speak 90 seconds, right? So that's where in these 20 seconds, the another argument is lost. The another reason with elaboration and argument, it's lost. So you need to pay attention to these kind of things. All right. Now let's move to task 4, task 7, part 2. Let's listen to this another time in a different. Let's listen to this from. Yeah, let's listen to this again. Sorry.
In my opinion, the government should not remove the public artwork. This may be like some of the people, they may be thinking in the other way around, but according to me, they should not be removed because there may be various reasons behind that. And one of the reasons can be that we can have a lot of public artwork advertisements in terms of the new infrastructures growing in the city. Probably that is going to bring up the employment or a lot of new activities in the city. Moreover, we can also see some of the new public artworks related to the upcoming educational institutions which supports our city, and they may definitely going to bring up the literacy in the country as well as in the city. Overall, it is also going to help in the economic boost of the country as well as the city. So these are few of the reasons which can definitely support my reason of that public artwork should not be removed.
Arguments that definitely support my reason that, okay, well, you don't have to say, and those are the things that totally support whatever I had to say. And again, this is only 1 minute long. It should be 90 seconds long. According to me, it's not a good, it's not good argument. You cannot use that again, just like you used in task 5. So maybe The student, of course, student needs to work within the time frame, but it was not really coherent. I couldn't understand. The student obviously uses a lot of fancy words, but you put these fancy words all over, right? You cannot just scatter them all over like it's pizza and you're like putting pepperoni here, a little bit of pepperoni there, and a little bit of cheese on top of that. No, it doesn't work like that. If you're using connectors and prepositions, make sure you use them correctly so you don't create any confusion here. That's why it's like it doesn't sound logical. Too many unnecessary words. You need to be more clear about your reason, about your elaboration of your reasons, and about your arguments. So, but listen, this is still practice. So I would say that probably the student is just practicing at this point. So it's not a big deal. And the reason for me for giving you these evaluations and feedbacks is just so you can see what you should avoid, right? So most of these homeworks are just, first recordings. I know how hard it is to listen to your own voice. It's kind of cringy, but this is the best practice. Let's move to the task 8. In task 8, what we're going to see is like some kind of couch, right? So this is task 4, task 8. You ordered a couch from an online furniture store, but when it was delivered, you found problems with it. You decide to call the furniture store, describe in detail what the problems are, and how you would like to resolve the situation. Okay, so preparation time for this one is 30 seconds and recording is only 60 seconds. Remember, tasks 1 and 7, you need to speak 90 seconds. Every other task, only 60. Task 4, task 8, let's listen.
Hello, is that furniture store? This is Mandeep and I'm talking about one of my order for a couch which I placed online and I have just received the order today. And I found few problems with that. I could see the right side of the right arm of the couch. It is broken. I can see a piece coming out. The left on the front side there is a leg which is also broken from and the little pieces are coming out. Moreover, the actual seat of the couch is little dirty. I can see spots on top of that. This doesn't seem to be the one which I have seen in the picture. Looks little different. I can see there is a pillow and that pillow is also very dirty and it is not even completing it's not big enough to complete the size of that couch. I would like to request you that there are certain problems which I have described. Can you please replace it or take it back so that I can get my refund? Thank you very much.
I would request you that there are problems with that. Let me listen to this one more time.
I would like to request you that there are certain problems which I have
I would like to request you that there are certain problems. You're not requesting them that there are problems. You are reminding them, or I want to point out that there are problems. So a little bit of phrasal. You need to change some phrases here and there, rephrase it, use different kind of synonyms. Moreover, there is some dirt on this. Let's listen to this. I didn't like how it sounded.
Few problems with that. I could see the right today and I found few problems with that. I could see the right side of the right arm of the couch. It is broken. I can see a piece coming out. The left on the front side there is a leg which is also broken from and the little pieces are coming out. Moreover, the actual seat of the couch is little dirty. I can see spots on top of that.
I can see spots on top of that. I can see that student is using moreover and on top of that. You're using on top of what, right? On top of that should be like connector here, right? Like just like moreover. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound natural. So you need to tell me where do you find like these spots and the dirty stuff. You said very dirty. I'm sure there are different synonyms for this. Very dirty. I cannot think of them at the moment. There are spots. It's dirty. It's mushy. It's I don't know. But you need to find a different kind of synonyms. I cannot think of this. My brain is closed right now. So I don't know. I mean, again, I mentioned request you that there are some problems here. I need to remind you that there are some problems here. It's okay. It sounds kind of believable. You need to speak a little bit louder. Your pronunciation needs to be more firm. I would work on that. you were within the time limit, which is pretty good, but it took you 17 seconds to start explaining what the hell is the problem with this couch that you ordered. So work on that. Try to be more clear with your description. Don't waste too much time on your introduction, and it should be good. So let's move next. Task 8, task 1. This is task 1, lasts 90 seconds, if you remember. So this is about giving an advice. A friend is buying her first house. Give her advice on how she should choose a good house to live in. You could advise about the size, number of rooms, location, or anything else you think is important. So, test 8, task 1. Let's listen. Task 8, task 1. I have like three of those. Okay. Test 8, task 1.
Hi, Jane. I heard that you are planning to get a new apartment for yourself as a first-time home buyer. I'm sincerely rejoicing concerning that bold step you're planning to take on. But before you do that, I would love to give you some piece of advice which I put to use when I was getting mine. Firstly, I would want you to check the location of the building. Maybe it's accessible to store, maybe it's accessible to school. Having in mind that is necessary to check it as well if it's accessible to TTC for better transportation and that is not too far from the bus stop. This will make you to have a lot of comfort when you are preparing yourself, and during the snow time, winter time, you can have opportunity to move around and no much difficulty. Secondly, I would want you to check the size of the building. Considering that you are family already, I will advise you to look into a 5-bedroom apartment so you can have a spare room for guests as well. This will make life comfortable when your parents want to visit or your husband parents want to visit. You can have a place to accommodate them. Lastly, I will want you to check the functionality of the building. A lot of times there are things that the seller cover up, so you will have access to know exactly what is working well or anything. So I will advise you to hire a home inspector that they can look through the buildings for you. It costs a little, but at the long run, it pays off. Finally, I want you to know fully well that taking this good advice will save you a lot of money and time and pain in the future. Thank you.
This was nice. 2 minutes and 6 seconds, which means 36 seconds longer than you were supposed to. But again, this is one of the first of this person's one of the first practices of speaking homework. So it took this student 27 seconds to start giving advices. Location, but here's what I like. Even though I would tell this person to be more clear in terms of some words were not pronounced good or understandably. Yeah, there were some pauses, definitely. So it's necessary to find a good location, and the person elaborated why and gave some strong arguments why the location is important. Size of a building. It's a size of a building, but the person meant size of the apartment. Size of the apartment is important here. Functionality. Functionality of the apartment. Now, I didn't understand what the argument was here. I didn't understand this elaboration. So you need to be more clear here. Of course, within the time frame, it was kind of believable, but it started, I heard you want to buy an apartment. No, like, hi, Jenny, right? Hi, Jenny, listen, I heard you want to buy an apartment. So you need to be a little bit more believable. Do not overact like I do. Okay, so overall, since we don't have much time, we're going to stop here. I'm going to continue from this exact example, this recording, because we have two another recordings with the corrections. So The student that I corrected put the recording one more time. The student recorded himself, and then you will listen to their correction, how it works when you are giving the feedback. What else? I don't know. Like, just practice. At first point, I know it's going to be really hard to put it within the time frame, to think about all the structure, everything. But as you do this and as you listen to all these common mistakes, you will gain more confidence. You will be familiar with different kind of topics, and we'll definitely continue with the speaking and writing parts, which are the most important parts of the Celpip test. We're going to continue with them, working on them from 10th to 15th class. All right, and the next class, in our 6th class, this is this is 6th, no, 7th class, we are going to be working on a reading test. So I will be giving you tips and tricks on how to conquer the reading test. I will introduce you into how they look like. We will be reading together, and I will give you some ideas on how to perform better in the reading test in Celpip. Thank you so much for listening. I have a lot of these examples waiting for you from 10th class. Again, next class is a reading test. Thanks for your patience, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.